Care to try it again? My way? As my blind ninja master used to say, the keenest eye is that which looks inward.
Coming up on Crossfire Collectibles, the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 124, Kim, JINX, ARASHIKAGE. Stick around. What's up, and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video, we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 124, Kim, JINX, ARASHIKAGE. So, just came in the mail, and I gotta say, one of the more anticipated figures for myself, especially, I guess for this entire year. You know, once we got the name drop, and then the render, and now finally the figure, well, I should say the pre-order, and then the figure finally showing up. It's just been a lot. Super excited to get it. It's in hand, and here it is, and it looks great. Through the packaging, it's just like, wow, I can't wait to open it. So, let's go ahead and check it out. Look over the box. The black with blue packaging, of course. G.I. Joe Classified Series. At the top, you got Kim, JINX, ARASHIKAGE. At the top, you have G.I. Joe Star and 124. On the side, there's your QR code, a little artist render, stats for you. Take a look. This side, got a nice shot of the artist render in color. Looks good. 124, going to the back. And there you have a nice little pose of JINX, kind of like in the little training room, weight room, whatever you want to call it, that was in G.I. Joe the movie. You know, you see those red and blue, you know, padded sparring staffs. You got a weight bench. She looks good, man, especially wearing the blindfold on there. She got her traditional bladed staff thing. I forgot what they called it, but right there. There's a shot of the tattoo. You also get to see the tattoo on JINX in the Skybound comics, which is pretty cool. And there's a close-up of the face with the blindfold on. Stats again. So, UPC. So without further ado, let's pop her open. But first, please subscribe to the channel. All right. So, like I said, much anticipation for me. I'm a little excited to open this. Probably one of the figures so far this year that I've been, you know, more excited to open. Oh, crap. And she's finally here, and I'm just like, finally. It's like, it seems like it's taken forever, but it actually really wasn't that long. Especially the way Hasbro was popping out figures, you know, it's like, got an update. They got, what, 6 more shipping. So, yeah, they're gonna hit my card pretty good next week. But anyways, here's a shot of the figure in the plastic dungeon. Extra pair of hands. Extra fully masked head. There's the blindfold. You have a sword and sheath. And her staff thingy. Cool. So, let's go over the accessories. That thing's snapped in there really good. But hey, the good thing is it's not warped. And this looks great. You know, straight out of the comics and the cartoon. Nice black staff. You have some brown wraps on each end. And then the blade itself. A lot of detail in it. Just the outline of it, you know, looks good. Double-sided. Cool. Very cool. Alright, we'll get blindfold out. All black. Has a glossy sheen to it. You know, 2 straps in the back, and quite flexible, so you know it's not super stiff, so you'll be able to actually put it around and mold it to the spot that you feel comfortable with, and hold on good. Let's go to the sword. Alright, so like all the JINX figures, and they come with at least one or two swords. And here you have, this is almost like a kind of bamboo looking sheath, all black. There's your peg for her back. And then here's the sword. Nice little katana here. A little bit of detail on that blade. You can see the nice razor edge on it. Down to the handle. Brown wrapping. Looks like there's a couple symbols on it. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. But there's a few things on it. Anyways, interesting. The sword doesn't feel like it fits entirely snug into the sheath. It's a bit loose. So if you were to go, it'll hold though. It just feels really loose when you touch it.
See what I mean?
There's the sword. We'll check out extra head. And very cool. Very traditional, you know, completely masked up head. The eyes are showing. Nice detail on the eyes too. They look really good. So all red wrap. You got the two straps in the back that are crossed and they're connected so you cannot separate them. There's your socket at the bottom. We'll see what it looks like on the body as well. Before we get to the figure, we'll get out the hands. Alright, so her extra pair of open hands, which we're probably going to have to use so she can hold some of her weapons. So you can see they're just black hand wraps. They're not fingerless gloves or anything, just basic hand wraps. You got the fingers coming through. You see down at the wrist, you have that hinged peg. So it'll allow the wrist to go up and down. And that'll be for both of them. Nice. And now we'll get to the figure. Alright, and here she is. JINX herself. Very nice looking. This Kim ARASHIKAGE. I want to see that tattoo. That'd be a nice piece if it was real. As you can see, the underneath is all not done. It's just the outside. And then the wraps will come down to her forearms, almost to her elbows in each hand. You can see these hands have the hand wraps as well, but closed fist. And there's that hinge peg. Allows them to go up and down, both of them. So none go in and out on this figure. Up the top, she's got this little necklace on. There's the black strap with like a, maybe an orange gem or something in it. And she's got her little symbol here on the left upper chest. You see, look at the gi. Red with a darker tone, unless that's supposed to be cell shading, but I highly doubt it. I think it's just two-tone. And the same color running through the edges of it. Good hairstyle. You know, very OG. Great looking face. I think it looks absolutely phenomenal. Got a little bit of blush in there, you know, lipsticks, my eyeshadow. Very cool. Just looking the rest over. Nice flexible plastic belt here. Not too much detail on the back. Yeah, looks great. So let's check out her articulation. And the head is on a ball joint. Neck looks a little long, but it's something I'm very cool with. Can move it forward that far, up that far, and side to side. A little bit of neck rotation in there as well. There's butterfly joints at the shoulders. The arms can do a full 360. They can come up that high. There's your bicep rotation. See, double jointed pinless elbows. You got, let me see, no forearm rotation, but of course you got the wrist rotation, as you know, with the hinge peg in each wrist. Let's see, kind of ab crunch. You got not much forward and not much back. You see, there's also some swivel in there, as well as some waist swivel. And a little bit of flexibility there too to move a bit forward and back. Down to the hips, you have very little drop leg, but it is there. And you got your upper thigh rotation here. You have double jointed pinless knees. I think they can do better than that. It's a little obstructed with the back of her calf here. Coming down, there's the upper calf swivel at the top of these, I guess you want to call them shin wraps. And down to the ankle hinge. Put the foot forward that far, up that far, and of course side to side pivot. All right, decent articulation, not the best, but overall looks good. Let's check out her stability. A little rocky, so we'll go ahead and grab some figure lap stands just in case. So we'll put 2 of these aside. We're not going to put them in yet. I want to go ahead and check out the other head. So we'll just pop that off. And that neck felt like it came out a little bit, so I'm going to be careful with that because it doesn't feel entirely stable. But I do want to check out the alternate head. And there it is. It looks good either way. I mean, I'm definitely going with the unmasked version, but I think this looks pretty good too. She goes into a room, you're like, oh, who's that? Oh, it's JINX. But, you know, I guess we're more used to seeing, you know, kind of like the hood style, you know, not with that, you know, it's a little bit hanging off the back. Some sleeves and everything, you know, so she's entirely red. But I do like that they went with the sleeveless route on this, so it looks pretty good. But we're going to go ahead and get this back off. And put this head back on. And this one just looks great overall. I do want to give her some open hands so we can put some of those weapons in it. Now I'll probably just put the sword on her back and have her holding the staff. But I want to figure out a pose, and I think for the time being I'm going to do it blindfolded. And I think we should have had the head off first before we did this because it'll go on a bit easier. So slide the blindfold around from her chin and the back of her head and just kind of slide it up some. So we got it in a nice position, a little bit up over the ears a bit. Or something like that. I kind of wanted her eyebrows to hang out a bit, but I think that'll work. Pop that back on. And now go ahead and check out the sword. Kind of pop that in right here. So if she wanted to, you know, she can just reach up and grab it. Put some crack with that second joint in that elbow, like that. And that hinge should allow her to reach for that sword a little better. So you can do something like that. You know, she's like reaching down, pulling it out. So that's actually really good arm articulation to be able to grab it like that. So that's nice. I like that. You could get her in some kind of crazy pose, you know. Ayah! But I'm gonna have to go ahead and pop these stands in her feet first. So let's line the peg up with the hole and pop in one, and then pop in the second. Now I don't think I'm gonna go with a more martial arts, you know, kind of pose. I think I'm just gonna have a regular, I don't know, kind of like the sword in the hand right there. And I'll just give her the staff and this one, you know, kind of just holding it down like she's ready to go into battle. Kind of angle that hand some so she's holding it kind of to her side. All right, I like this pose a lot. I had no idea I was going to use this pose, but I think it's the one we're going to go with. So quite awesome. Get that other head over here and those other hands. I'm having too much fun just looking at the figure itself. It's like I said, I've been waiting for this one. It was one of my more anticipated figures of the year to get, and she's finally here. And man, this looks phenomenal. But yeah, I'm just like admiring it too much. It's not often I get a figure I actually really wanted, and I really wanted the JINX, and we got it. So just super happy. But we're gonna go ahead and throw her up on the turntable, and then give you some final thoughts.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Be sure to check out our previous videos. A link will always be pinned in the comments.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
All right, here you have it, the G.I. Joe Classified Series, number 124, Kim, JINX, ARASHIKAGE. Awesome figure. This figure looks absolutely amazing. I love the sculpt. I love the detail. The tattoo really pops. The face, the portrait itself is absolutely amazing. It looks phenomenal. I love it. The articulation is pretty good. I'm not going to say it's the best, but it's awesome. I love the way the arms move. I wasn't expecting to put her in this pose, but I think that pose is just, it stands out to me, and I really, really like it. So I'm going to stick with this one. This is a great grab. Like I said, it's one of my most anticipated figures for this year, and it's finally in hand. I have it. I love it. It's going to be a centerpiece, so I'm going to stand that kind of out in front of everything on one of my shelves, and this looks absolutely great. Now I'm hoping we get the rest of them. You know, we still need Big Lob, we still need Law and Order, we got Chuckles, Tunnel Rat, Falcon, Beachhead, of course. But a couple more to go, and I think I'll have my my raw hides. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this one. I don't know what else to say. I'm happy with the figure. I'm gonna play around with it a little bit after this. And later this week, we got a couple more things coming up. We'll probably toss a custom at you. Maybe show you some more Heart Wrenchers Garage because it's progressing very well. And maybe a Transformer or two. And then next week, we got a ton of these Joes coming in. So we'll get a bunch of those up, you know, throughout next week and through the weekend. And maybe even the following week because there's a bunch coming. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please, like always, leave that giant thumbs up. Subscribe. Tickle that bell so you're notified when we post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.